Another week, more indie games. I go down the rabbit hole so you guys don't have to. And this week's finds are genuinely a mixed bag in the best way possible. We've got zombies, we've got food trucks, we've got alien invaders. I genuinely can't believe some of the games that I'm going to tell you actually exist. But in this day and age, I kind of can. We've got 5 indie games, all at different stages, all worth nerd about. So let's get straight into it. First up, Never Be Alone. And look, I know what you're thinking, another zombie survival game. And yeah, fair enough, I get it. But hear me out on this one, because there's a reason this game is sitting at 70,000 wishlists and it's not even out yet. So the setup is pretty simple. It's been 10 years since the outbreak and nature has completely taken back the world. Cities are overgrown, vines are kind of all sprouted all over buildings, you know, that whole kind of shenanigan. And we're out there surviving, scavenging, looting, doing what we can, as we normally do in these games. We can play solo, we can bring friends in seamless co-op, and this is where it sounds really good. It is another looter shooter. I understand that there's a proper good loot kind of driving mix here. I do enjoy it. It does look good. Out of all of them, you know, Ardum, Surrounded, all games we've got, I think this game looks really good. It looks tense, it looks fun. It's coming out in early access later this year. The wishlist numbers alone, 70,000 people. It's definitely one that you guys should be keeping on your radar. And this next one, I generally really like the concept of, because it's basically Overcooked, but someone looked at it and thought, you know what this game needs is more chaos. This is Hot Meals, Fast Wheels. It's a co-op cooking chaos game where we're running a food truck, and the thing that makes it brilliant is one of us is driving while the rest are in the back of the van cooking whilst it's kind of moving between destinations. It's got a proper physics engine. Every sharp turn, every sudden stop, every time the driver, you know, decides to miss the turning, the ingredients will go flying across the van. It is absolute chaos. Before service even starts, we need to go shopping around the city, gather ingredients. So of course, any bad planning from our end, which will most likely happen in these friendship games, are going to set us up to fail before we've even cooked a single thing. Of course, then we're prepping orders whilst we're driving, chopping, frying and assembling dishes. And of course, if you give the wrong order, the earnings are gone. And the entire point is to try and make as much money as possible. You can go with 3 players, so it's quite nice. The driver has quite a difficult job, as the driving is obviously difficult, so someone has to kind of guide them around. And look, this is another friendship game. It's going to be fun for a little bit, and then it might get a bit boring after a few game sessions. But you know, honestly, it's early access. It's coming this year. There's not really a reason to not get excited for it. But anything Overcooked, I absolutely love. Now, this next game, you need friends. You can't play this on your own, and this is exactly what the name sounds like. This is Drunkslop Pub Crawl Co-op. It's a party game where the whole objective is to pretty much stay drunk. That's pretty much it. That is the win condition. So if your sobriety meter creeps up too high, you lose. So you and your mates are out here scavenging for cash, trying to spend it on more drinks, making, you know, awful decisions, and somehow trying to hold it together to elongate the night, like what real life is like. No one wants to go home early, and that's what this game is all about. But what makes this kind of game work is the chaos. There's random events, there's curveballs, there's missions to complete, whilst obviously we're absolutely in the wrong frame of mind to be doing all of this. And it's just a co-op game, which will be a ton of fun. It's giving the same energy as games like Lethal Company, Content Warning, you know, where actual fun isn't winning, it's what kind of happens as we play the game. And of course, it's got proximity chat, so it's going to be another good game. We don't have a release date yet, but you can wishlist it on Steam. And by the way, this game is developed by Gin and Tonic, which is so on brand. But this next game is probably my wild card of the week, and honestly, the one I wasn't expecting to care about as much as I do. This is a BOXROOM. It's a room decorator sim, but the bit that kind of makes it genuinely interesting is it pulls your actual Steam library and turns every single game you own into a physical box on a shelf. So your games, your actual library, and they all have physical boxes with cover art, screenshots, you know, the whole thing. So you design your room, your walls, flooring, shelves, furniture, and then all of your collection fills it. We can arrange it however we want, chronologically, by genre, by how much we probably regret buying the game. And once it's set up, we can actually launch the games directly from inside that room, which I think is a lovely little feature. But the thing that's got people talking is that certain games in your library unlock secret figures and collector's edition items. So there's hidden things in this game. It's not just, you know, like a room planning game. There's actually a reason to go through it all, you know, and I'm just worried that I'm going to find games that I have never played. I'm like, wow, I should definitely play that game. But there is a demo right now, which you can jump onto, and it does look like a lot of fun, and it's a nice little addition, you know. Early access though for that is coming out beginning of this year. Well, sorry, not beginning of this year, middle of this year as well. And this next one is great. It's called Do Not Destroy. It's a first-person action game set in a kind of randomly generated, fully destructible city. And the premise, it's absolutely unhinged. Aliens from Pluto, yes, Pluto, have invaded, taken over the city, brainwashed everyone, and turned the entire population into NPCs. And we're the one person left who can basically see through it all. They call us the concerned citizen, which is the kind of, you know, it's essentially us. It's the concerned citizen that's worried that aliens have taken over. So our job is to take back the city, and we do that by tearing it apart. It doesn't really quite make much sense here, but every building is enterable, every floor explorable, and the city itself is fully destructible. So we're not just, you know, firing through it, we're kind of breaking down the entire city. We can steal alien tech, we can repurpose it into weapons and movement upgrades. We can go from being this kind of scrappy underdog to kind of an unstoppable force over the course of a run. And because the cities are procedurally generated, every playthrough is a different city to destroy. So there's a roguelike loop underneath it all that keeps it fresh. It's given Crackdown mixed with a destruction sandbox, mixed with the most committed bit of satire about corporate invasion. It does look good, but unfortunately no release date, but it is on Steam, so you can go ahead and wishlist that if you want to give it a go. Now there you go, 5 indie games I found this week that are absolutely worth your time. Never Be Alone if you want your zombie survival fix, Hot Meals Fast Wheels if you want to ruin friendships in a food truck, Drunkslop if you and your mates want to, you know, have the most chaotic night out possible, BOXROOM if you've got a Steam library, you know, the size of a small country, and Do Not Destroy if you just want to tear an entire city apart. All the Steam links are in the description, and guys, subscribe if you want these every week. Drop a comment, let me know which one caught your eye. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video.